Have a seat. Wait a minute. Now we'll invite the host of this event. Hello everybody, my name is Abbas. I'm first year master student and welcome to Talkspace. I'm seeing a lot of new faces. So before continuing, we have a ritual for Talkspace. How do we start our event? First, I'll say talk and you'll say space. You'll not say it, but you'll shout it, like a slogan. So let's do it right now. Talk. Space. That was good. Let's make it a bit crazier. So let's do it again. This will be for the last time. So let's start a talk. Space. How I can become a good leader. So before starting our event, we have two main concepts. You are here not only for listening to different people, but you will learn something as well. So first for the ritual, this is for like talk space, and the other thing is we give tip of the month. So I'm looking like most of the people are new, except 4 or 5 people. So in previous talk space event, Kamil was the host. He gave us a tip, which was novelty. What does novelty mean? Novelty means bringing originality to your content, what you are going to provide. But today, I'm not going to give you a tip. I'm going to give you a weapon, which is going to help you out in very difficult situations. The weapon of today is smile. You should keep smiling while you're speaking. Well, I'm not good at smiling, but I will try to smile. So, why should you smile? One, it will make you feel good. I feel good while smiling. Other thing is, this thing is really important, the second point. When you'll go back to your room, you'll receive a photo of yours. And this photo you can put on your Facebook with a smiling face and you'll look better. You'll get some likes, but the thing is you'll feel good again. The third thing is, it will boost your confidence. Like when you smile, it is scientifically proven that your confidence will go up. The fourth reason is it will capture attention of your audience. So, without further ado, I want to ask you a simple question. With the show of hand, tell me, how many of us love animals? Wow, a lot of people. I love animals too. Especially when my mom roasts the chicken really well. So, talking of animals, our first speaker is going to speak about animal insight. I don't know what it really means, but still I'm going to listen, we're going to listen. So talking of speaker, I know him for 3 reasons. One of them is, he's my friend on Facebook, and I've seen his profile picture, it's really wonderful, I like it. I don't know whether I liked it or not, but still. The second reason is, he's a good actor, and the third reason is, we're going to same dance class. Though he's not so good as me, but he's trying his best. So please put your hands together for Vladimir Gordeev.
Hey, good man. Animal inside. It's not about roasted chicken. It's not about it. It's about something else. Yeah. So, my name is Vladimir Gordeev, and today I would like to talk about animal inside that every human has. And I would like to start with some statements that many would find true. There are many things in life that are really pleasurable, feel great when your mind and your body united. For example, if you dance, or if you swim and you enjoy the touch of the waves. Or when you fight against the bully that tries to do something, it feels really good. You feel justice, and you feel how your body responds. Also, it really feels good when you eat delicious food. And also, yeah, and also, some drugs make you also really relaxed and cheerful. Some things make you really good, but the problem is that if you follow this path, just without any consideration, you may get in trouble. Delicious food often destroys your teeth and make you fat and ugly. If you like to fight and take revenge, well, first it makes you a bad guy sometimes, and second, it will make the whole world blind. Eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. And as for drugs, sometimes you make really bad decisions when you're under drugs. I like alcohol, for example. So just following everything that feels great is certainly not the right approach. It can get you into trouble. So what we could do about it? First that comes into your mind is maybe you should avoid these dangerous situations. Maybe you should put your animal inside into a cage. It's like, okay, I'm not taking any alcohol. I'm not eating any sweets. I'm not walking even close to McDonald's or something like that. And that may look like a good solution. It may work. For example, even more, like what about violence? How are you going to avoid violence? Well, if you're a father, you would impose a rule in your family. No one ever should raise a hand. No violence at all. Never. What's going to happen? Well, first you will become an outlier among your social circle. Because everyone goes to the bar or some other meeting, you're not. Second, you're going to be bullied in school. Because, well, if you're a person who never fights back, never, there would be, for sure, there would be people who are gonna abuse you. And yeah, and diet is also hard. Strict diet also doesn't help because it makes you an outlier. So it seems like following this animal inside blindly is a bad idea. Putting it into a cage is also a bad idea, because for the reasons I just mentioned. What else? What we got here? There is a good example from the past. Maybe you know the story about one Indian prince, Gautama, who first lived in the palace and enjoyed all pleasures of life, best food, beautiful women, everything. Then he became a monk and put animal inside in the cage, and he eaten all the rice and water, raw rice, even not boiled. And he was trying to make his mind dominant over his body, over his animalistic side. And at the end, he said, no, it's a wrong path too. No, it's the wrong path too. The right path isn't right in between. And as far as I understand, the right way to deal with animal inside is to negotiate with it and find peace with it. Because another thing that I want to tell is that if you don't find peace with your animal, if you try to put it in the cage, one moment when you're not watching, it's gonna take over. Think about kids that get bullied in school and never ever have a healthy physical response. After years, they just shoot the whole school because they never had this civilized way to fight back. And so the right approach is to find a middle way where you give something to the animal if you feed it, but also do not I'm sorry. The idea is following. You take control over yourself, and you do not allow the animal inside take over you. You're always in charge. But you do not starve it, and you do not put it in a cage. You sometimes feed it, so it won't revolt against you. And I think that's a beautiful idea that probably some of you may find interesting. Thank you.
Wow. The concept is very eye-catching, ear-catching, I would say that. You need to make your animal inside your friend to live with it. You need to listen to it, and you need to say make him listen to yourself. So another interesting thing about our talk space is that you will get your evaluation at the end of all the speeches. So moving forward, our next speech, the topic is kinda interesting, kinda not. But I would say that the guy with his interesting things, maybe his interesting looks, he will make it really interesting. Why? Because the topic is about honest communication, and the guy who is going to speak about it, I remember when it was my first month in Innoplis, I've seen a book reading club opportunity. Some people were gathering and they were talking about some book reading opportunities. They were talking about something in Russian, so I thought, let's go, I'm a Russian. So I've been there, I've seen him speaking, and he's a person with great knowledge, and I think you will learn a lot from his speech. So let's put your hands together for Jan.
Hello everyone, my name is Jan and I love having great communication with people. This means honest, direct and respectful. And these qualities is inherent to assertive style of communication. But often we communicate differently. Sometimes we're feeling oppressed or under control of others, feeling that our needs getting discarded. So we want to shrink, capture least amount of attention, but secretly hoping that someone gonna come to rescue us. Or sometimes we're feeling that our rights getting attacked, so we fight back with loud voice, angry face, and aggressive posture. Sometimes we're doing both. We fear to confront others directly, but we want to attack them. So we're doing it stealthy, with cover of our rights. You're late. Oh, because of the bus, you done your work poorly. But it was outside my working hours. You're smiling friendly, but you're oversalting his meal. All these examples of passive-aggressive and passive-aggressive styles of communication. Very useful sometimes. For example, when you're getting groped or you're in captivity. But in all other situations, it's better to use assertive style. So let's define these styles so we can pinpoint them easier. The passive style. This is style of conflict avoidance. You think that you don't have any problems. With this style, fueled by fear of rejection, that you don't have control of your own life. People who use this style often feel abused and used by others, so they have bitter feelings. But maybe it's very allowing such behavior. Also, here's aggressive style. People who use aggressive style often think that their behavior is a result of situation. This guy is noisy, so I become angry. People who use this style often look powerful, and frightening. But in reality, their behavior often fueled by fear of losing control. So they often feel abused and ignored and unhappy. So their behavior seems to them its logical conclusion of these feelings. Passive and aggressive style is like two sides of one coin. With passive style, you're submitting to others. With aggressive style, you're submitting others to yourself. Here is also passive-aggressive style. One of the most popular ways to ruin relationships. It's combined fear and lack of control of passive style, but also combined anger of aggressive style. And here is assertive style. With assertive style, you recognize that you and other people's in control of their own actions. With assertive style, you recognize your own feelings, desires, and you separate them from expectations that other people's imply to you. Your assertive style, you communicate respectfully and directly. Here is a few key concepts of assertive style that are going to help you implement them. With assertive style, you create and maintain boundaries of respectful behavior, personal space, and time. When we behave assertively, we communicate our needs, emotions, feelings, and desires to others. And we're expecting and encouraging others to behave also honestly and directly. Overall, assertive communication is honest, precise, and often direct. Here is the easy template for assertive statement. First, we describe current situation. For example, someone come late to meeting, or your life dramatically changed. You're not going beyond this situation. You're not enlarging it to something bigger. Next step is to express. We express our feelings specifically about this situation, what we feel. We are not attacking other person here. After that, we specify what we will like to happen. We may give other person some options. And last step, outcome. We describe what will happen if they go along with us or not. It can be something simple, like I'm going to be happy or I'm going to appreciate it. But it can be also something harsh, like we're going to stop communicating. But it's not about creating scary ultimatums. It's about your honest feelings, your honest actions you're going to take. I believe assertive communication will make everyone's life better, as it's made mine. In my opinion, it's being assertive is only way to be fully in relationship with other persons. Be assertive by being respectful of others and yourself, and take responsibility for your own actions. Thank you.
So I was not wrong about him. I can see myself in whatever he's saying. Like, if you are not assertive, people are not going to listen to you, and you're going to hurt yourself. And you need to take responsibility of your own actions. What a wonderful message. Moving forward, our next speaker is well known for many reasons. One of them is he is an astronaut. Other thing is he's a painter, and he's a neurologist. Also, he has written 15 books. And the most wonderful thing is he's a Nobel Prize winner. Oh wait, he's not coming. So we're going to invite someone else on his behalf. So now we're going to invite the leader of Talkspace, a good friend of mine. He is not only known for his charming looks, but also for his good heart. He is coming here to convince us that there are heroes who exist without a cape. So put your hands together for Kamil Sabbagh.
Wow, thank you for such great introduction. Life come to us as a fight, with jabs, hooks, uppercuts. Those things come to us as problems, obstacles, failures. The thing is how we deal with this stuff. If we stay in this ring, if we won these fights, every time we come back in, we come stronger. Our dear host, our our fighters, welcome to this evening. And today I'm going to tell you a story which is a little bit personal to me. But in this club, we're not afraid of talking of personal stuff. First, I want all of you to close your eyes. Close your eyes with me. Don't worry, I won't steal anyone, please. And try to remember the first memory you have. The oldest memory you have. I know it's a trick question. You might remember you being 3, 4, or 5 years old. It might be vague like a dream, but try to have this moment in your mind. Okay, open your eyes. This moment you can remember is very important for you. And I will share with you the first moment I remember. It was me when I was in primary school, standing on this huge pillar, waiting for my mom to pick me up. In this place, there is 2 stories that I'm going to talk about. When I was in first grade, I was sitting in the first bench. The teacher came into the room, he put a book in front of me, told me to read. I was nervous, I was afraid it might go wrong, I just couldn't read. The teacher put the book and told me to read. And I stand like, and before I know it, the teacher slapped my face. Boom! Is there something wrong with you, kid? I told you to read. Read it again. I got more nervous. Boom! Kid, are you stupid? I told you to read. Stop, okay. There is no hope of you. You can't even talk. And let me tell you something. This is not a good way to start your primary school. Days come by. I didn't have a friend because I was afraid if I talked to someone, I will get slapped on my face. I might say something wrong. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. And the year has ended. And I didn't have a single friend to share my happiness with. Second year came. I was sitting on my bench, alone, as usual. And I saw someone entering the class. I didn't recognize that guy. I thought he might be new. The next thing I saw, that guy came and sat next to me. And he just, without saying any word, reached with his hand to me and said like, "Hey, hi, my name is Zain. I'm happy to see you. Do you want to be my friend?" And that easily, I had my first friend. He reached with his hand. It was the first time someone reached to me and became my friend. After that, I started talking with him, having fun with him, and I began to enjoy my school. But after a while, he invited me to his birthday party. He said, "Hey, I'm having a birthday party, you can come. My friends will be there, we'll have some pizza, we'll have some fun." From all this sentence, the only thing that I heard is, "I'm inviting my friends." And that shy kid got awakened again. Oh my God, there are going to be so many kids. I can't speak with any of them. But he insisted that I come. My mom took me to his birthday party. And when I saw all of those kids, I knew I couldn't talk with any of them. I knew if I said something wrong, boom, slap on my face. So I said, "Yep, that's it, my night. That's going to be like this. Sit in the corner, wait till the night is done, and then go back home." But then my friend Zain came again and said like, "Hey, we're playing video games. Come join us. It's going to be fun." So I like video games, and I thought, that doesn't require me to talk with anyone. I might be able to join. I played with them. The first round, second round, third round, and I beat all their asses. I won. And without me realizing, I was laughing with everyone. I was talking with everyone. I was enjoying my time with everyone. The night ended, and I had 15 more friends. I was so happy. My friend at that time, when he reached to me with his hand, he didn't just become my friend. At that point in my life, he saved my life. Truly and indeed, he was a hero without a cape. Let's go back to that huge pillar that I was standing on. That pillar is so special to me because every day after school, at the exact same place, exact same time, my mom usually comes, hold my hand, and walk me home. Every day in primary school, which is 4 years. After I graduated from primary school, I had to go to mid-school. In mid-school, I needed to change schools. And we moved to a school that is from the other side of the city. So my mom had to take the bus to drop me off, me and my brother. So our morning routine was like this. We go into the bus, my mom dropped my brother, then she held my hand and walked me to my school. One of those days I asked her like, "Hey mom, why do you always hold my hand when we are walking? I'm a big boy now, I can do it by myself." She told me something I will never forget. She said, No, sweetie, let me hold your hand while I still can. One of these days you'll remember these folks and you will remember me. I still remember. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Raising 2 kids as a single mom is not an easy in a country where economy is falling. But she did it, and she had 2 great sons. One is now a successful civil engineer, and the other now standing here in front of you. She was indeed a hero without a cape. Why did I tell you these stories? In our life, we found people, or we can be a people, who make a huge impact on other people's life, maybe without even us knowing. Those people are heroes without a cape. Sometimes I think about us humans. I think about similarities as well as our differences. I think about what is to be living and what it means to be humans. I think about what it means to be humans. We live in a place where we plagued our lives by ourselves, by our systems and societies, by our obsessions of dividing people. But let me tell you something. No religion, no color, no race can shade the fact that this world was gifted to all of us. And we, all of us, are superheroes. We're going to fly in to save the day, not from burning buildings or from falling bridges, but from ourselves and from our lowliness. We are here together, and the humanity will die when humans will die. The world, we can save the world. Look into the eyes of a child and you'll know everything that is needed to save the world. I try to remind myself that behind every set of eyes, there's a story, there's a foreign perspective that I have never seen. There's something to learn from everything and something to love in everyone. So I invite you everyone, stand together and be together. And be that hero that will save our world. Thank you everyone.
Wow, I can see a lot of emotional faces. I would say that was a wonderful performance. Everybody here, most of us, or I would say everybody here loves their moms, and I love her too. I was about to cry while listening to her speech, but
He actually did.
yeah, you were watching it. So now there is not only speeches, we have some evaluation as well. Before going toward evaluation, let's take a 1-minute break. We have some tea and some cookies if you want to take. Help yourselves. Thank you. I'm leaving now.
Really?
Yeah. You go be this person because Kamil is going to go.
He's going to do?
Let me ask you. Kamil, please come.
Is this position okay with the camera?
Is it a camera?
So,
Camera is over there.
suppose we need to close the door. Like in some moments, at the very beginning, where it's like,
I totally agree.
yeah, we can close it now. So not. Let's.
Just checking.
I didn't host well, I'm a speaker.
Just like I like.
You don't want to do it, I can. Maybe stress you. I don't want to stress you.
I can take.
Okay, as you wish.
Okay, so I just call it.
Perfect.
One day you will hear a better speech.
That dude.
Do it.
Saving this picture to my brain.
I don't know already. No, like I can even like more space there. Like I'm building a little one just after being maybe so I just call it we're going first and then because I'm also doing technical, so I just call it. Then we need to change our post again. Yeah. And you can just announce okay, and I'll schedule the topics. So you will shift this as a host, and then we continue with the topic. So
The problem the first time is second semester.
If you're not, yeah, I will be the host. So that's why I'm doing it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, it was pretty fun. So,
I was sleeping till 6 and then I just said,
but then you go to the flow of your pace.
outside and like I had to run and like come back. But then I came on
The punchline was when you talked
I didn't
about talking half. And then after that, you managed to spend a minute and a half which is really great. So, I think if you're all publishing exactly the same topic,
just make
because I'm already thinking about it. Like we should do something in art space. I'm thinking about 5
You can be, calm, work.
Yeah.
Remember,
It's a very good content.
and you will boost your confidence, boost your mood, boost our mood.
It was pretty nice. So, I agree with Marie. You should close the door.
Everyone enjoy what was there.
We start late. Like, we start 10 minutes late every time.
I think now it's enough time.
Yeah, I think we should.
I can do it. Okay, I can do it. You're brilliant. Feedback and like I will. Where do we need to put them? Only here. Like I don't know. It wasn't good last time.
You can invite me for table topics.
No, like I will invite everyone as long as we have time. Like there's no restriction. I mean, preferably starting from newcomers, but like. Well, I don't know. Like last time was it okay? Like the table topics being
Yes,
there?
it was okay. Like you, it doesn't really matter.
Maybe put them there. Okay, maybe. Who's evaluating first? I don't even know who's evaluating.
So we have next.
Oh, you shouldn't say them yet. Okay, no, I found it out.
I was evaluating Vladimir yet.
So yours is first.
I'm the first
So I
evaluator.
call on you. Okay. I'm the last one. And what's the Okay, now everyone is still talking and I will have Huh? No, it's okay. I will just freestyle it. I can put as well. Okay, I'm freaking out. Okay, everyone's going to sleep. Okay.
But we have only one piece. We have only one piece, but for 3. But I need to. But no, this one. Do I need to give it to the speaker?
How can I get everyone's attention? Everyone is still when you're talking and you're sharing your feedback, you only need this list. Like,
Yeah. But this one I need to give.
Okay, hi everyone.
No, I'm gonna give it verbal.
Buddy. Hello everyone. I hope you had a lovely break. Now we're going to hear feedback. Well, we'll all hear feedback, but especially for the speakers, we had such brilliant speeches, like the ones that made you laugh, the ones that made you cry, the ones that made you think about your life. So now we're going to hear from our wonderful evaluators, like how the speakers did. First, we will call on Andrei, the first evaluator, and he's going to give feedback to Vladimir. So, Andrei?
So, thank you for your speech, Vladimir. And the most unbelievable fact about Vladimir's speech, I hope it's not a secret, that he forgot that he's performing today. So he turned up 1 minute after I messaged him. He was like, "Oh, I forgot. I'll be here." He turned up like in 1 minute. So, and I thought like, "Oh man, you must not have rehearsed your speech very well because you forgot that you're performing today." But he did pretty well. And starting with the goal of the speech, I think the goal of Vladimir's speech was to reflect upon and try to figure out what to do with our inner animal who lives within every single one of us. So I think we can all admit that we are like half animals, we all have animal instincts. So I think Vladimir's job was to give us some options, like strategies on dealing with your own personal animal inside you. And some of the insights I got from Vladimir's speech was that following something that is accessible, available, and something that gives pleasure immediately is not necessarily giving you long-term benefits in your life. So it was a reflection about whether to control your inner animal completely, to put it in a cage, or let it go, or do something else. So I think the conclusion was to find the balance. And I think it can relate to the topic when people debate over whether it's good to chase money or whether it's good to chase materialistic things, or whether it's good to be addicted to Instagram. Some people claim there's nothing bad in it. But my position is that there's nothing bad about money itself, but there is something wrong with passion for money. And the same with Instagram. Instagram can be your lovely pet, which you feed sometimes from time to time. But if your Instagram is like a huge animal which can eat you, you're in a wrong position, in my opinion. So I think it relates to Vladimir's reflections. So, coming to the peak of the speech, I think the peak was in the very beginning for me. I was expecting a punchline in the end, but the speech I think it started, I was intrigued in the beginning because the heading is pretty intriguing. But then it was quite flat, so it was like reflections, giving some options, some advice, and I was missing some punchline in the end. Vladimir found himself in some traps sometimes when he was lost in words, and here is where his ability to perform and act like a professional actor, doing some impromptu elements. So he was escaping dry from those potentially awkward situations. So he did it pretty well. I like the impromptu elements because I felt I don't think you practiced your speech from the beginning till the end. So it was half impromptu, and it's a very difficult topic to deliver a speech like that. So you did pretty well in elaborating this topic. I like the examples and your body language. I was captivated by the way you moved, the way you engaged with the audience. So it was pretty well done. So finally, some suggestions. Just more practice prior to the event. Maybe you can include some personal story. I'm not sure you did it this time. So you can, because personal stories are always catchy. And final punch. Give us some final punch next time. So overall, it was a very good performance, and I'm glad I messaged you and you turned up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Andrei. Vladimir, I hope you're satisfied with his evaluation. Also, there is a private part of the feedback, and you can meet at the end of the meeting. The next evaluator we're going to call on is Anne. He is second evaluator for second speaker, Jan. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you. First, I would like to thank you for our speaker today. All of you are great. You give a lot of. We can see that you have put your effort into your speech. You have words that demonstrate how you want us to know, how you want us to learn. For Jan in particular, he gave quite clear definition and how our communication should be in our society. He gives definition of each type of assertive communication. It's very great. But if okay, now I would like to. I also believe that everyone noticed that if you could give us some of each example, one so that we have some picture reflect to what it really mean. That is quite really great into your great definition that you described. One thing that we first, when you start a speech, we have noticed that your body language, your gesture didn't somehow engage with us, and your eye, you didn't keep eye contact through us. So next time, this is your first time, so next time, I hope you will do improving on this. So you come here to speech, you show your eyes through, and down here, you play your own position, whatever. That's what I want to say. Okay, came to conclusion. It's a great speech. I love, and I really learned something new from your speech about the communication. You give the consequence of communication. That is great. That's it from me. Thank you.
Okay, and finally, for the speech that had us in tears, Kamil's speech, we're going to have Marina as an evaluator, and she's going to give you feedback on your speech.
Okay, good evening everyone. Let's start from the main insight question. And personally, it was like a great speech, really. I enjoyed it a lot, and definitely, I suppose, this speech made everyone like laugh and cry at the same time, maybe. So for me, there were several insights, and they were kind of very important. So firstly, it is like not to be consumed by yourself and your own thoughts, like problems, issues, but to pay attention to people around you and notice things that they did, especially for you. And it may be like some small actions, some small act of attention, or it can be some great thing. And just open your eyes and see and listen to people around, because at some moment maybe you will your roads will like you will have different roads and you won't be able to meet this person again. So value each moment. So I think that the goal of this of Kamil's speech was exactly to share personal experience, and by these examples show us how to become more conscious, how to pay more attention to people. And I'm pretty sure that the goal was accomplished. So for me, there were several kind of peaks during the speech, and the first was exactly when Kamil's friend very first friend appeared in the class, and it was kind of, I felt like a boost of relief and kind of happiness and joy, just because I really understand how it feels to be lonely and lost. So the second peak was when there was an example with his mom, and it was also really evocative because it also very sensitive topic for people like their moms. Best bits from the speech. So there were quite a lot, as I suppose, and from the very beginning, there were kind of visual effects, let's call them this way. There were kind of movements and really elements of action, and I suppose you should have certain courage and level of bravery to not only speak, but exactly to act, show some pantomimes or act like make any actions. Then also I really liked the link, kind of connection with the speech and some sort of a moral to evoke people to be brave during public speaking meetings. So it was kind of not only touch and cover topics from personal experience and just some wisdom, but also to encourage people feel free during our meetings. Also, of course, periodic jokes, funny moments. It was great, yeah, to make people feel on ease, and some sort of interaction with the audience. Remember when we needed when he asked to close our eyes and invoke some memories. It was also great. So for further improvements, what I would really like to see is maybe like more relaxed or more active actions, because when you're practicing more and more, you can achieve like great level of confidence and great level of your kind of skills. So it would be great. And also some points that at some moments during the speech I got a bit lost, because there were examples from the school, and then some sort of a sudden switch to example with mom, and maybe some coherence could be added just to make this like switch more smooth. But overall impression of the speech is that I really liked it, and really appreciate that you covered such topics. So thank you.
Okay, thank you, Marina, for such a detailed feedback. I hope Kamil is satisfied with the feedback. So next on today's agenda, we're going to have table topics. I don't know, how many people, it's their first time? Or, okay. Okay. Okay, so now we will move on to table topics. I will be the mistress. Table topics. Table topics mistress. And not saying master, mistress. Okay, so here I have like a couple of prepared topics, like short prompts, maybe a question, something deep, something funny, who knows. So here it gives you a chance for all of you to participate. So not only those who had prepared speeches get to speak. So you can come if you're interested, like you volunteer and you come and you select randomly, and whatever topic it is, you say your name, and then you have a couple of seconds to think about and come up with a speech on the spot, and you like answer the question. And yeah, that's about it. there's yeah. So who would like to go first? Like preferably those. If it's your first time, yeah, you have a like some favor and you get the opportunity to go. Okay, yeah. Yes, sure.
So I have to choose one of those, right?
Yes. And you should read the question out as well for everyone to hear, and your name and answer.
Okay, how do you deal with someone in position of power who wants you to fail?
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah. How do you deal with someone in position of power who wants you to fail? I fail, I guess. I mean, in what kind of situation? In any situation, right?
Yeah, any situation.
Example,
It could
you
be a
are
word.
illustrator, like you married and someone is powerful than you.
Okay, I have one example. If you're in the army and someone is the powerful, the powerful. So, and I don't know, you have to get someone more powerful than him. So this is the only way to, solve this problem. Second one, actually, why they want you to fail. Some people are just, they're just angry, and they just want you to fail because they want this. And I guess in this situation, you can't do anything. But in my experience, you can outlive this you can outlive this, how do I call this? This situation. So imagine you work in a firm and your boss is hates you. Like you think he hates you because you work hard for 4 days and you get the report and the thing that the feedback is like you little shit, you didn't do anything, like something like that, yes? And all these 4 days of hard working, they it feels bad, really bad. And the thing is, you just don't take it personally, and that's all. Like, it is not you. You did a great job. Come on, objectively. But the boss is just retarded. So, if this tactics is applied, you can outlive this this time period, I think, and then you will get a promotion, maybe, or maybe your boss will change its mind. So this is all actually. So the two strategies. First of all is to, if the boss of the boss, you can talk with him, or you just leave with that, or you just leave from this firm. That's all.
Sorry, I didn't get your name.
I didn't tell you.
Oh, okay. Okay, and just a quick reminder, you have 2 to 3 minutes only to speak in this impromptu speeches. So who would like to go next? Yeah, okay.
To what degree have you actually controlled the course your life has taken? Okay, it's a very easy question, let me think. Okay, so if I get the meaning, really like the same thing is like how you can, if you have some, it's like how you can control your default brain settings, something like this, how you can control yourself.
It's kind of like how your life is up until this moment? Like, how much did you control it? Are you here just because, like, I don't know, things happen randomly, or?
Yes. For this, what I can say is like, of course, you cannot do anything without your own goals. How you can set your goals and how you can control your life, and this is very important. The most important thing is that when you want to set the goals and if you want to have full control on your life, is first thing is you need to know yourself. So it's like you know your habits from sleeping, eating, from everything. You know everything about yourself, and then if you have some a lack, you try to improve that part, and so you basically try to find these parts in your life to control it, and basically you can do this. Now, of course, for me especially, what I learned, the first thing always I learn myself, and then I see the parts that I lack and I improve it. So yeah, of course we can do it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, he.
Hello guys, my name is Sergey, who is not yet familiar. My question is, what is the one thing you'd like others to remember about you at the end of your life? When I was reading some book, there was some kind of an exercise. The exercise is the following. You find a quiet place, maybe 30 to 60 minutes, where no one can disturb you. Then you sit there, close your eyes, and start thinking. Start thinking about what would happen if you died right now. So, of course, it's not the end. After you die, there is usually some kind of a ceremony when people is put under. So, what's the word for this? Could you help me?
Funerals.
Funerals. Thank you. So you're gonna imagine like what happened on your funerals, and what would your funerals like to be? And actually, when I was doing this exercise, the only thing I really wanted to be on my funerals was that I helped someone, because on our like lifetime, of course we're not alone at some moment, and we need help. And if people help us, we indeed appreciate it. And usually, like these people are indeed heroes without capes, who really influence you. And the feeling of gratitude to them is one of the most white feelings in our world. And indeed, answering the question, what's the one thing I would like others to remember about you? I would like others to remember that I helped them at some point of time. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, yeah.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Ahmed. The question says, what small act of kindness were you once shown that you will never forget? I can tell a small story about this. When I was studying in Syria, I came from Syria. And when I was studying there, I was not allowed to leave the country for some agreement. So Sorry. So actually, when I applied here and got accepted, I had to get acceptance or permission from some ministry in Syria, and I went to my professor, who was my supervisor in the university at that time, and I told him, okay, I'm living outside, and I'm leaving. I want to study abroad. I don't want to continue my life here. And what he told me, he said, okay, well, I totally support you, and I will stand by your side. The thing is, I could not leave the country for more than 3 days. So I said, okay, I'm leaving to a neighbor country, and then I'm coming back after 3 days. But they didn't believe me. So they contacted my supervisor, and they told him, okay, we think we will not agree, we will not permit him to travel because we think that he's gonna run away. And although he knew that, well, I'm leaving and I'm running away, he told them, okay, I trust this guy and he will come back after 3 days, as he said in his proposal. And although that will put him in trouble, it may put him in trouble to some extent, but he decided to do that because just he somehow believed in me, or just maybe he saw his young self in me. And I'm truly grateful for him. Without him, I would never be here. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, that is interesting. I think everyone knows. When you close your eye, what do you see? Let me do. I see nothing. But you know, our mind, our brain, we have another dimension inside. Believe me. Close your eye, and then you bring apple. Okay. Wait, which color? Can anyone give me like? Red. Okay, red apple. Okay, I can see. Okay, you see, our mind can imagine. If you don't believe me, go home and try. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not giving anyone lecture. It's about me, I'm sorry. But yeah, I would like to see something. I mean, it's not secret about myself. I do practice meditation. So in this kind of method, we usually do something like throw away any image that we came through our lives, just throw away, so that we empty our minds. It really sounds like, what? If we do that, we gonna forget or something? No, we mean that we do something that we gonna do less attachment, and we abandon, and we start. But because you know, our life is like a camera. That when we wake up, we see a lot of picture every day. You go to Facebook, you read a lot of image inside your brain or inside your mind. So this kind of picture sometimes it brings you good mood, bad mood. Sometimes it's and sometimes make you stress. So to make get rid of the picture. But how? I think 2 minutes is not enough. Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, who would like? Okay.
I will do one.
Okay, if it gets to a point where no one else. Yes.
Okay, it's like the one words which I don't know. Might be two words. What is the difference? What is the difference between innocence and ignorance? Innocence is невинность. Невинность? А, но... Ага. А, ignorance? А, окей. Ah, okay. Okay, my name is Amir. So it's like the difficult topic because I need to connect the brain and use the power of my brain.
I can really no problem.
Okay. So ignorance and innocence is kind of very related words, but we are not very similar. So we have some opposite meanings, and we should show them here. Okay. Yeah, that one, because I'm thinking about the ignorance and the...
Try to give definitions for both
keywords.
so that's going to be easier.
Okay, so I will start with the actions. So there is like some actions. When the people perform them, they can relate it to the innocence. For example, when they fail some kind of the responsibilities of them after doing them, and so we can relate it to the ignorance, but not to the ignorance, but to the innocence. But these kind of actions for the some kind of events are considered as ignorance. So what is the difference between the innocence and ignorance? Where exists a difference? Yeah, okay, I got it. So the ignorance is when you don't... okay, I forgot it. What I got, okay.
Know the law, it doesn't free of the responsibility.
And you don't pay attention to
Or you don't have to differentiate them, okay? You can just like say how you understand both words, like in your own way.
Okay, I'll try. Because ignorance is when you think what you are thinking, what you know something, but actually it's something wrong because you don't know it. But the innocence, it's when you don't know something and you understand it. Yeah? No?
Okay.
I'm back, Jan back. Can he bring happiness without sadness? Pleasure without pain? Peace without war? Nice Yeah, probably I'm gonna talk simply about these things. It's more about opposites. Because, yeah, if you talk about war and peace, there has been no meaning of peace without war. It's gonna be just normal situation for our lives. But okay. What about pleasure and pain? Yeah, I think these things can exist separately from each other, but it's like black and white color. On the black font, you're gonna see white color more clearly. And happiness without sadness. Okay, these things, they're all different. Some opposites can exist without each other, because here is some neutrality between them. But some of them can't. If we separate people onto groups, yeah, we create it into groups. If we are not separating them, they're just people. We don't care about it. We don't care about name of it. Yeah, I think we can be happy about sadness, but probably not realistic for our humans. Our feelings just too fluctuating and they constantly changing. And we are more clearly feeling our sad moments after months of happy blessing of happiness. And after a long depression, short happy moments with some special peoples gonna be kept in your memory forever. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, you can be next, please.
My name is Katya, and I'll tell you my question. My question is, what is your happiest childhood memory, and what makes it so special? It's really a tricky question for me, because all my memory from childhood, I remember it during one of the speech of today, and all these memories is not happiest memory. I don't know why, but I couldn't feel happiness during my childhood. I started to feel happiness only from the second course of university. Probably it sounds crazy, probably it's abnormal, but only after the second year of studying in Innoplis University, I found probably myself. I started to love my life, and I started to do the things which makes me really happy. And probably the first thing which I remember, let's assume that it's like a childhood, because I'm still not the so oldest person. So probably this is when I just went to Volga and returned back. I made it alone, and I really like this moment when I was in myself. I feel like, oh, I'm alive. I can just walk to Volga. I can listen to birds. I can see all this stuff, and that's all. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Thank you for having me first. I'm really happy to be here because, I don't know, maybe speaking it's not my bad. I feel really great with you. So this is the topic. What do you love most about yourself? Difficult question, because probably most of us, most of the times, just focus on what I am doing wrong. what I'm doing wrong, how can I do this better? But sometimes we forget how good are we when doing some other things. Maybe why I am here speaking so bad, why I was so missing in my English classes when I got the opportunity to get it better. But maybe it's time now to start thinking about, okay, I'm here. So if I am here standing in front of you, maybe I am doing something good. Maybe I did something that was very good 3 days ago, 1 month ago, 2 years ago. So it allowed me to be here and stand and talk to you. So what is the most things that I love for myself? Maybe is the thing that I love most is one rule that I have. And it doesn't belong to me. I didn't invent it. I took it from one person that, to be honest, I don't remember her name. I know that it's a woman, and the rule is basically the 5-second rules. So next time that you think about do something, just do it. Just, for example, if I want to go and take a cup of tea, I just I will not start thinking about it's wrong, it's bad, maybe someone will look at me and maybe other person will say, oh, yeah, this person is taking tea. Just go and take it. Just stand up and speak. Just go and play the drums. Just hit the ball and score a goal. Just start running for a competition, just do that. And this is something that it's not inside of me, but at least I learned. And this is the 5 seconds rule. And probably this is one of the most lovely things that I have learned and I apply to my own life. So that's.
I think one more. Who would like to go last? Okay.
Last?
Yeah, one last. We have time for one more. If you come next time, you'll definitely be the first to speak.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sobir. Sorry, I'm the last. Where would you most like to go and why? The question supposes that we want to go somewhere, and so for general people, they see life as going somewhere, and where would you most? The outcome is like binary, where and you want to avoid 0 and go to 1. So what I'm saying is, I hope that there's a good place to go, and I don't know about it, but the life goes and I have to discover what's that good place first, and then most then wish to go there. Otherwise, we see that everybody is going nowhere. Going somewhere, but the millions of people, billions, right? Come and go. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was the short speech, so we will have time for one more, because sure.
Fadi, I thought it's you. No,
now you have to go. Oh, no.
Fadi, now you have to go.
Vladimir.
Okay.
Vladimir Gordeev, and the topic is: if you looked into the heart of your enemy, what do you think you would find that is different from what is in your own heart? Let me think for a moment. The problem is, I don't really have enemies. So, in order to answer this question, I need to invent one or just construct some image of enemy I could probably have.
So even when you were in the army, you didn't have any?
No, I didn't have any enemies. No.
So you guys soldiers?
Oh, no, I didn't have any enemies, really. I think okay, I think we can discuss it later. So, I think if I replace the word enemy with opponent, it would be easier for me to answer because I don't really have enemies. It's really hard to imagine. So, what is in the heart of my opponent that's not mine? The thing is that I think it's a personal thing. I'm really a stable person in terms of emotions. It means that even if weather is awful, everything is bad, and I got really bad grades, my mood goes down a little bit. It's not bad, but not right. But if I have a really great day, sunny, and I eat delicious food, and I talk to people, my mood goes slowly up, like a little bit up, but it's not something amazing. So I'm just always like low amplitude function or something like that. And if I have an enemy, I assume that he hates me. So probably his function of emotion of his is more like higher amplitude, and that's what I don't have, and he has in his heart. I think that would be answer to this question.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you all for participating in the table topics. You all had brilliant minds, brilliant answers. It was really lovely to hear each and every one of you. And once again, thank you to the speakers. Thank you so much for sharing with us today what was in your hearts, what you prepared or didn't prepare still. It was really exciting to listen to you. And you had a tip at the beginning of the session, am I right? There was a tip, right?
Smiling.
Okay. I wanted to ask someone to like just say to remember because I wasn't here, but okay, smiling, it's about smiling, so I hope you all stay happy, stay smiling. And I don't know if there's any other information for today. Okay, so thank you once again for coming and hope to see you in the next 2 weeks. Talk. Okay, so remember at the beginning and at the end, we say talk and we say space. So talk, space, talk, space. Thank you.